I'm Ellis Martin. Join me for a conversation with Jonathan Wiesblatt, the CEO of Rockridge Resources, trading as ROCK on the TSX Venture Exchange and RRRLF in the U.S. Rockridge Resources is a publicly traded mineral exploration company focused on the acquisition, exploration, and development of mineral resource properties in Canada, specifically copper and battery metal projects. The company's flagship is the Knife Lake project, located in Saskatchewan, which is ranked as one of the best mining jurisdictions in the world. John, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much, Ellis. Great to be back.
I understand you're about ready to commence your summer-fall drill program at the Knife Lake Copper Project. That's pretty exciting.
Super exciting. This is, again, follow-up work to results that we received back in the winter and the spring of 2021, so just a few months ago. It's worth me discussing that from the work that we did in the fall of last year, leading up to the drill program, we encountered mineralization in all holes at Gilbert Lake. I credit the exploratory work that we did ahead of time, the preparation, the modern-day exploratory methodologies that we have deployed across Knife Lake. I really believe that that's a great set of tools in order for us to understand what's going on with the geology. So we're getting back up to Knife Lake. We're going to run some exploration activity up there. The work, it's going to consist of helicopter-borne EM. It's a VTEM plus survey, which again, as I just mentioned, is an extremely valuable tool for identifying VMS-style mineralization.
Without that, in the old days, you're just really drilling with the best guess, aren't you?
Yeah, so the whole thesis behind Rockridge, and one of the reasons why I've joined this company, is because we really are deploying, modern day exploration methods to these types of deposits in safe jurisdictions like Saskatchewan and in the other properties in Canada. So when you're deploying these types of these exploration tools, you're really increasing your probability of success. And I think we're showing that to the marketplace as we move through the next couple of months.
You have what I would call a large land package. How do you expect to drill that out, I guess, over the next 5 years or so?
We're going to fly the VTEM, as I mentioned. We're going to follow that up with some groundwork, and we're going to identify the most high probability targets in order for us to increase the chances of new discoveries. You really want to start with the big part of the funnel, and you want to narrow it down. So we're going to fly the VTEM, we're going to back it up with some groundwork, and we're going to narrow off some of the targets and really key in on some of those really good regional areas outside of the Maiden Knife Lake asset.
The metals market really is unpredictable, as everything is these days. It's not just the business that we're in, it's pretty much everything. We do not know the future, but copper has held its own.
Correct. So we've seen copper trading in a pretty tight range in between 4.25 per pound and 4.5. We're still trading below the recent all-time highs that we made just a few short months ago in the 4.80 per pound range. And I think that you can really point to a couple of things. So on the supply side, we continue to see very tight supply markets. Some of the largest copper mines on the planet are experiencing some potential labor issues, which contributes to the fear of supply restrictions. But really what's driving price, in our opinion at Rockridge, is the demand side. So every time you get some concerns over an increased fluctuation or worries over the global pandemic that we've seen, start to see the copper price react. In addition to that, the big unknown, and always one of the big unknowns, is the larger consumer of copper as a product, and that's China. We just never know what that country and its participants are doing in the copper market. So big unknown there, big unknown on the pandemic side, and clearly the supply side remains pretty tight. So with all of those things taking into consideration, you put them into the blender, you mix it up, and out comes what we believe is a very productive outlook for copper going forward.
And you have to look at the electrification of pretty much everything. So the long-term macro picture for copper has to look good considering those supply and demand issues.
Agreed. So more and more electric vehicles, more and more percentage of an electric wheel battery coming from copper and other EV metals. The outlook looks really bright on the demand side.
John, I really appreciate the update, and I wish you all the luck in this summer-fall drill program at the Knife Lake Copper Project. Thanks again for joining me today on the program.
It was a pleasure, Ellis. Thank you for having us.
I've been speaking with Jonathan Wiesblatt, CEO of Rockridge Resources, trading as ROCK on the TSX Venture Exchange and RRRLF in the United States. I'm Ellis Martin.
Subscribe to the Ellis Martin newsletter. It's free. Go to ellismartinreport.com and fill out the quick and easy pop-up form.